Okay, they did actually play Bristleback. I think they played carry Bristleback twice. I think that was the Bristle that rushed Eggs, Soul Ring Eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
so
that?
they beat Ego Boys with it in Game 3 at the opener of Week 2.
Yep.
And they did not play it against Gorilla's Pride, where they got 2-0'd.
All right.
So, yeah, it does appear to be in their repertoire. They also played a Bristle Coddle in Game 1 against Inverse during Week 1.
Okay.
So, not something that they rely on always. It's not like if it's in, we're going to first pick Bristle, but it does seem to be a strategy that they've gone back for a number of times. And in that Inverse series, they did actually first pick the Bristle Coddle combo. So they will first phase it.
Puck.
Puck Mars? Puck Mars? Earth Spirit Mars?
But
No Mars?
it's on Brazil server.
10 seconds.
Tusk then?
What do we do?
Tusk.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm fine with the Tosquito.
Radiant team.
What are our other ping heroes? Okay, they still want Coddle?
Interesting.
Ember.
Ooh.
Wow, this
That's
is
a hero
blast
we
from the past.
Rarely see.
Dire team ban.
I mean, this is a pretty old school duo, and now Puck. Well, no surprise there. Crewmates with the ping advantage. They pick up the puck.
That's super interesting, right? On one side, you have this little combo that the mad scientists brew, but on the other side, you just have solid meta picks.
10 seconds remaining.
If Incubus
Radiant
wins,
team ban.
I think we kind of have to give it to them that they're the better team here.
Yeah, and Puck generally does pretty well against the Spirits, right? We talk about that Puck Void Spirit matchup a lot, but some similarities with Puck versus Ember. He's pretty mobile. Puck has Dream Coil, has Silence. Fairy Dragon is usually pretty happy in that matchup, I think.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
that's a game Ember might be forced into a new Scepter, which is never fun.
5
You want that
seconds.
Maelstrom.
Especially not last game. I'll just say that I love Coddle Ember, and I really like just watching Ember in general, and I feel like after a couple of years of maybe being overindulged in the Ember, I feel like we're kind of at the point where it's just nice to see him every once in a while.
Yeah,
He kind of feels
sure.
like the ugly sibling. Somehow, he went from the most popular to the least picked out of the Spirits. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. He's by far the least picked. in
I mean,
Crewmates.
I think
it's just
the
Void Spirit
reasoning...
is the younger, more
There it is.
beautiful son.
Radiant
There it is.
team
The
ban.
young gun stole the spotlight because Ember used to be this amazing 9th, 10th pick. Don't really know what to do. We just need something well-rounded. He's fairly flexible. We've seen him move to the off lane if needed. He was kind of like that catch-all, just solid ender. Void Spirit is just a better version of that now.
Mm-hmm.
10
How the mighty have
seconds
fallen.
remaining.
They banned the Lone Druid, which I
5
agree. I
seconds
think that's
remaining.
by far Crewmate's best carry hero.
Fun fact. Storm and Earth Spirit have both been featured in the same number of drafts this season across the DPC. So they're fighting over the second place behind Void Spirit, who's in first.
Ember might actually get the spot just because I don't think people are going to pick Storm after Beastmaster not being a hero anymore.
You think he'll crawl back up, old Ember?
Yeah.
Ember is 50
I think-
games behind for reference. Behind both, behind
What
Earth
is
Spirit and
okay?
Storm. All right, so it's 181 drafts. Void Spirit's been in pick and ban. And then Ember is in 122, and then Earth and Storm are in the middle at 174. They're only 7 games behind Void Spirit. So
Okay,
the
that-
three
that's
brothers
worse.
are all very popular.
Pick.
Axe into an immediate ABBA pick.
I think they're going to do some Crewmates. Ember, very low burst damage. I think all of their heroes very low burst damage.
But
Yes,
Bowie,
you go Manta, so not too worried about the blind.
what if they take Dusa with their Coddle?
Ooh, that's true,
5
actually.
seconds remaining.
Boom.
Man, that Abaddon's going to look pretty silly if they
Mind
get the Dusa here.
Blown.
I'm
But
pretty
I guess
into
if
it,
they
actually.
Dusa, there's a lot of counters, right? I think Crewmates, they are in a better position to get the Dusa.
I'd take Earth Spirit, I think. Maybe Willow.
I don't think
No
Earth
Tusk?
Spirit with melee offlaner is usually good. I think Axe might have a bad time.
I don't know. I just really like the instant silence versus Puck.
True.
What about Rubik for the instant lift versus Puck?
It's
It
okay.
is
They have
Sladden.
center too.
Sladden I'm down for, yeah.
Because like they
Right.
banned the Lion, so isn't Rubik kind of discount Lion when it comes to the matchup versus Puck?
I mean, they might just pick Shadow Shaman again, to be honest.
Shaman. Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
Like,
Yeah, that's
why
the other
not,
one.
right, at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't
Which
bother
would
me
make
none.
the Medusa look even better.
I do love all his hero picks, too. Like, I'd be down to watch his Wind Ranger. I don't think we'll see it, but...
Oh.
Go for the gyro.
What is this? We got some flex happening here. Oh, is this a 4 Ember, maybe?
There's no way.
I was thinking it's more just a coddle pairing, right? Because isn't Gyro another one of these? He can destroy lanes with the
but
extra
they have-
mana and cooldown.
They have
10
10th, though.
seconds remaining.
So
So why would they pick everything but their
5
4
seconds
if there
remaining.
wasn't some flex possibilities here?
because they don't want it to get banned.
Not everyone is a
Fire
nerd
team
in
back.
drafts, all right?
Yeah, Trent.
People just want to pick their hero.
Oh, no, not this hero. Okay, so
What
I've heard
the
some stories
hell?
that Io is now skipping spirits to take stats. I haven't got to cast one yet,
Radiant
but I
team
hear that's
Huh.
the build.
So pause one, right?
No,
Or-
support.
Oh, support. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I think this is carry. I think this is going to be carry IO.
But is that good
With the
now?
ABBA, maybe, yeah.
I thought that
FCR,
was.
dude.
Yeah, but I thought they nerfed the damage enough that it's just not that good anymore.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I'm looking at the other two pro tracker right now. Siler and Dreamocell
5
played
seconds
games this
remaining.
week. There's also one core IO that lost, mid IO. I mean, it's just FCR, dude. He is this weird hipster guy, and he, if it's not a carry, he really wants to
Team
play as a
back.
carry. So, I guess.
Well,
this
I'm
is
intrigued.
mid-puck.
If this is your support duo of Io and Abba, I would say maybe draft a couple of stuns. It looks like Incubus, they banned out the Rubik, so they seem to think
10
this is more
seconds
likely to be a
remaining.
core Wisp, I guess. Could also be one Abba, so sort of a
5
hard draft to
seconds
read.
remaining.
Yes. Well, this is very interesting. I don't think this Puck's gonna flex just because they always first phase Ryer's hero. Like they never
Mm. Mhm.
wait too long for it. And I'm surprised he went for the Puck here because I don't remember him playing this hero. I actually complained that they went for the Void Spirit when Puck was open. So I'm kind of happy actually. What do you take here?
I'm very curious about the Rubik ban.
Hmm.
That I'm not sure what that's getting at.
Radiant team ban.
Ah, I know what's happening here. This
And
is
they-
Carry X, guys.
They think it's a
You guys see the
support
Carriacs?
gyro.
I mean,
I think it is.
and could well the only reason I didn't bring up the 5 gyro was like with the lanes, it felt a little bit weird. Like, is it good versus Centaur? It feels
10
kind of bad.
seconds remaining.
I think it could be 4 gyro.
5 seconds
The
remaining.
gyro axe lane.
Now we're
That
just getting
sounds
crazy. I
Oh.
mean, with the Battle Hunger missile, that actually sounds pretty annoying.
It's actually really good versus Abba because you can trade with the Rocket Barrage against him. The Dispel is a little hard, but obviously
Oh, yeah,
you
this
could
is-
flex to carry. Like
both sides with very open-ended drafts right now coming into 9th pick. This is
10 seconds.
pretty
remaining.
wild. Well, they need some kind of control, I think. You've
5
got Puck,
seconds
you got some
remaining.
Centaur follow-up. That's a good starter, but
yeah,
It'd be a
We
good
need something
Shadow
to-
Demon 4 game. With the Dispel and the save versus the axe.
hmm.
I
Yeah,
could be
so
okay.
it's pretty legit.
Missile. Okay. They
Probably
don't
not gonna
have
happen though.
They don't have an illusion hero though. That's the only.
Yeah, but you have a setup into your Centaur too. You know,
They could
Wombo
Shaman,
combo,
right?
baby.
Shamancito?
Bring them back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really
they
good
could just
versus
pick Earth
Ember.
Spirit too.
They like push.
They could like DP's banned. Okay.
Just pick some lane combo like the Shaman you're saying, the Dark Willow, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
Dark Willow into coils, nice. It's cheeky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. There's a combo. Cool.
That's a nice
Okay.
trio, right? Puck, Centaur,
Yeah.
Dark Willow. We see this a lot.
That's fine. That rounds it out a bit. So it is going to be a core Wisp. Well, I guess we don't know. Wisp or Abba.
And it's also a
that's
Yule's
GA.
builder versus
Oh,
the
wait,
Axe,
is
too.
this support carry Ember?
Oh,
there
look,
you
it's
go.
position 4 Ember.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Damn it.
You,
Trent snipes it again.
Oh,
you can't
God.
stop me. I'm untouchable.
All right, so FCR Wisp, and it's a Black Soul TA. Wow. This is a wild draft, man. I think I've got to favor Incubus, but I'm really struggling to read this. I don't know how good Wisp is as a position 1, and I don't know anything about position 4 Ember. So,
Like, the chains are really good, but they're against an Abaddon. So I fail to really see the value that he's going to bring. I think they already picked this Ember, and they got into, like, oh, Puck exists, right. I guess we have to play support Ember. I don't like their draft. I think the support Ember is not going to look good. But, you know, it's sliding, so I might eat my words. I'm going Crewmates here.
Trent, what's the deal with the Ember? Like, what's the value here? Like,
I mean, there's
as
definitely
position
the
4,
mix
what does
up.
he do?
He can gain. It's kind of similar to Coddle in the sense of like they can actually absorb a lot of supports. I feel like in terms of like lane presence and stuff. So like the Axe can go off map and suddenly he can do a little bit of split pushing. He's got this
Okay.
pretty cool initiation at level 6 that's actually very long range. You think about for support. It's kind of like playing Earth Spirit, but once you're level 6, then you have a roll. You know, so you have a
okay.
roll into chains.
All right.
Some members can
that's-
get the Orb of Corrosion, so like apply to everyone.
Yeah.
So, no,
I think he just wants to be a bit of a
that's-
bully and like jump around with Benhaz here early. So yeah, I don't know. It's
All right.
definitely
It's
not
definitely-
like the best 4 in Dota, but I'm excited to watch it.
It's a good hero for playing kind of like Yapsor style and like soaking up the space. Axe leaves the lane at all. Ember's right there, like, hey, this is my home now. So it is definitely good for that. Do we believe in the Wisp? I guess that really is the fundamental question. FCR IO here in game 2, down 0-1 on Brazil servers. Is this enough?
Yeah. That's
I
the
don't
weird
believe
part,
in it.
because I definitely don't believe in the Ember 4, so I think because of that, I believe in the IO, but it's not because I actually believe in it. It's just
I
by
see.
elimination.
I see.
So,
You've,
yeah, let's go carry IO, I guess.
Gotcha. All right. Well, a split panel again. Curious to hear what our commentators think. We got Gary, we got T-Bone. Yo, T-Bone, how we feeling about this position 1 Wisp? I need some real insight here. I need a real analyst to break it down for me.
Wow, a real analyst. Well, thank you, Zayori.
You're the realist.
For certifying me as a real analyst. I appreciate that. It's kind of interesting, the Ember Spirit, Gary. I think I've seen Sladin play this quite a lot, especially in high MMR matchmaking like a year or 2 years ago. But I don't feel like it's something that good in the current patch. But it makes sense why they do it. They just wanted to get this last big TA that kind of crushes Puck.
Yeah, and the fact that there's so many elements, right? The fact you're taking away that Ember Spirit from a core role who does poorly against the Puck, and then you still have the slight chains, which is good against the Puck and against the IO. I kind of like what they've done there to shift their draft around. I'm leaning Incubus like pretty heavily, honestly. Like Kotl Gyro, this Ember Spirit, it looks sick.
So, in regards to the IO though, I don't think they have enough physical damage on the side of Crewmates to make this lineup work. I think when you play IO, you need someone who can be the secondary carry while the IO, is tethering up to you and healing you up and boosting you in the fights and getting the spirits to do damage. Like, Crewmates do have a lineup that can run at you, but at some point, I feel they are going to run out of damage.
Could you consider Puck with a Witchblade Deso build as that sort
I
of
can
hero?
see that, yep, but I don't see Puck going Witchblade Desolator against Templar Assassin because he's probably going to lose his lane very hard.
That's a very good point. Well, yeah, we'll see what...
You're going to
see
be
what
playing
Ryo
from
does.
behind. Yeah.
Going to be up against that Templar Assassin for Black Soul. We've seen him perform incredibly well, and like you say, disadvantageous lane matchup for the Puck. Sideblade's already splashing straight onto it. We can take a look into these side lanes though, because that's where a lot of the aggression is going to be in this early stage. Up towards top, it is FCR and D-Flash. A lot of sustain and staying power with shield and tether. And they're up against this Ember Spirit Axe, who at level 1 don't feel incredibly powerful. They're just running away from the creep wave at this moment and trying to drag back, get a couple of levels up on them.
Yeah, he's going to just block the big camp soon. And then he's gonna drag this creep all the way back. Like, he just wants to get himself to that level 2, so he has the chains ready. I do wonder if he's gonna go for the maxed out slight plus chains combo, or if he will put any points into the flame guard. It's not gonna bring him behind the tower. He's gonna bring him from the tier 1 instead. So Benjas will be getting that extra armor and HP boost.
Very nice. And Slardin goes to then contest. FCR farming, just spamming his taunt consistently, dancing around to the beautiful music. But yeah, while they all kind of separate their lanes top, down, bottom, we do have Oretes. They try the brambles, don't catch the Kotl. Hijack with Amin down there. This combination we've seen time and time again. The Dark Willow and the Centaur, tons of stuns. And if that Kotl ever so much as oversteps his bounds, he is very likely dead.
Yeah. Amin is 4-1. What? Where did he get all these creeps from? I didn't get to see, but yeah, maybe it was from the neutral camp there.
Yeah, maybe.
Earlier. It's doing pretty good for himself so far.
For a pause for Willow. And Gyrocopter. Yeah, Burner picking up this gyro, offering them some pretty good mid-game tempo, that magic damage that Gyrocopter does bring, and allowing him to go for more right-click oriented items. So it's a nice little skill set to have.
I'm a pretty big fan of Gyrocopter in this patch. I think the buff to Flat Cannon was nice, and he just provides a really solid lane, has a lot of carry potential in the late game. So we'll see what kind of build Burna goes for, but most likely it's going to be that Aghanims, Maelstrom likely.
Yeah, when he gets that Satanic as well, all of a sudden Gyro becomes pretty much unkillable. Feels like he's one of the few heroes that still really enjoys buying Satanic. Just the fact that he has a side gunner.
Definitely. Exactly. It's like you're stunned up, but your side gunner is still popping off, giving you regen. And if you pop the Satanic too, you can be like healing to full while being disabled, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's ridiculously good. It looks like they're spending a lot of time running around chasing this Kotl. Like, Oretes is making their life very difficult, farming up neutral camps, stopping that large camp from being pulled. Yeah, Hijack realizes, hang on a second, that's not my job. I shouldn't be chasing heroes. I need to be staying and playing the lane.
Yeah, and this is how you pretty much give your carry more experience. Just by making the enemy 4 run after you because you're threatening to pull creeps, and your carry gets that 1v1 matchup. Against Centaur, he's not going to feel any pressure as a Gyrocopter, so you don't really have to stay in the lane. I think there's been so many games, Gary, especially in Division 2, where we've seen carries be like level 5, minute 7 or minute 8 sometimes, and it's just really bad.
Yeah, well, we saw Wraith King, was it yesterday, that had that exact problem. This time around, a little different as the homing missile into Illuminate. Such a massive chunk of damage thrown onto that dire bot lane. And they've not got much regen remaining. I guess Centaur's going to have his Ring of Health reasonably soon. He's got some stick charges. But yeah, Amin probably has to bring down some more tangos and salves just to try and keep themselves in that lane.
How is the mid lane? I mean, 25-2, not that many denies on Black Soul, so I'm quite impressed with how Ryer has been able to deal with this lane right now. Because typically you would see the TA having like 6-7 denies at least by this point in the game. He is level 5 now, so he's got that level 3 refraction, lots of damage. Doesn't really work on denies, but...
How much do you think this lane matchup has changed because of water runes? Because I see Ryo picked up both of them just recently. I mean, Black Soul's picking up them occasionally, but Potts with the orb is able to get water runes more effectively than TA.
He should be able to, but if Black Soul really committed to the runes, he shouldn't have any problem just getting at least one of them. Because the puck obviously doesn't want to take too much damage battling up against the TA in the river. I think he just prioritized the creeps more and wants to play for his own experience. He is level 6 now. Can jungle very easily as well. And it looks like Ryer is going bottom with his level 6.
Heading down with the Dream Coil.
It's a super early rotation, but Amin is not there though. He's mid. I don't know if they have enough to be able to kill this guy. Oh, there's the ward. The ward sees the puck. This is a spoiled gank right now. Ryer's done here. Time. Yep.
So the Dark Willow, I guess, was scouting for stacks that the TA may have been making. Just kind of lurking around there as up top. Axe gets the back of Slardin. D-flash with a shield and a tether. Yeah, just a bit of a trade back and forth between them. Yeah, Puck has wasted a solid minute going down bottom and has to return to that mid lane again.
Yeah, and Blackstone's gonna get really far ahead now, just being able to neutral up, and he's got like a 3 stack already at the Ancients. So I'm kind of one thing I'm not liking right now from Crewmates is looking at this top lane. I think this Axe is getting way more than he should, and one of the reasons might have been because D-Flash didn't go for a Orb of Venom against a position 4 Ember, and he skilled Apothic Shield. And I think that's really bad because Ember can't do anything as a support level 1. You just get Orb of Venom, you get your curse, you just slap him up, remove all his HP. Those 2 slows will counteract the boots and some more. And then the IO would be getting so much free XP, and then you just run at the Axe. But right now the Axe is about to be level 6. And the IO is only hitting level 5 right now. That is just not okay.
Yeah, really not a good look. And Benjaz now is going to be able to drag creep waves into neutral camps. So he'll be getting that kind of free farm plus, where he's taking down the full wave plus a large camp with the satyrs in it. Get himself to Vanguard incredibly quickly, while it looked like D-Flash left the lane there to go place an Observer Ward and scout the Ancient stacks, but it's immediately de-warded. And then the stacks are being cleared by Black Soul already. 7 minutes in, get some neutral items.
So fast. He's actually cleared it even before 7 minutes,
Axe.
so dang. Oh, yeah. Getting chased.
Yeah, the Stampede.
Stampede.
Benjaz going to be your first blood 7 minutes in. Black Soul unable to do too much to D-Flash. A courier sniped as well as Benjaz loses his life and his little pet. So Vanguard delayed.
Yeah, it's very nice that at least Hijack was able to also get level 6 at a very good time. He's got his Vanguard money too if he wants to buy that. And it looks like Berna, he's sitting bottom, but he doesn't have his cooldown. He's opted not to skill that up on 6 here.
What's the reason for that? Like 3 points in the rocket barrage as well.
Yeah,
I guess he's with a
flat
Cottle.
cannon. Yeah, it's possible, exactly, just for the spell, but Cooldown is such a great spell. I guess he doesn't feel like there's sufficient disables, and he doesn't really want to fight early on. But even then, like, Cooldown can be good for clearing stacks, potentially. It's a long cooldown, though, 90 seconds.
Well, D-Flash, very quick shield to get away from that slight chains. Slardin still in behind enemy lines. And Ryo's puck, yeah, just comes back into that mid lane. 3,200 net worth, a good 900 difference between the puck and the TA now, though, as Black Soul starts to create a nice gap between the 2 position 2s. And we are going to see Ryo actually, yeah, go into the Witchblade, it looks like. He bought the Blitz Knuckles.
Man,
You said you
this
weren't a fan of
TA... I think it's good. I mean, like you said, you need this puck to be able to do damage. Because he didn't lose the mid lane, it pretty much was completely even. I think he can afford to do it. We see Aretas here. Gonna get a D-ward, but he might die for it.
Yeah, that Curse Crown's going to stun him up. I don't know, they turn to focus the courier, now Dreamcoil. Cottle pops, TA turns, blows up the Abaddon. Now that puck trying to orb away from danger. Amin unfortunately stuck here under the call and the dunk as FCR. He's actually relocated to try and save this fight. Can he get burst down? 2 seconds remaining. No, he's out of there. The relocate will take them both back to safety.
They lose the 2 supports though. It's very interesting. They opted to go for the courier instead of just killing the Coddle and try to make their way out of there. You know, wasting 2 hits and getting themselves a little bit out of position. But I think Incubus will be happy with that. They get the kill onto the TA. She's got her Blink Dagger now, 9 minutes in. It's up to her what she's going to do with this.
9-minute treads blink. TA showing no signs of stopping his farm rate either. Like 5,000 net worth. I guess.
Yeah. But this
Sentinels
is what this hero.
Not looking too bad either.
Does he got a blink now? Oh no, he's got Vanguard. Okay, he went back to complete the Vanguard. I saw him buy boots and not buy his VIP booster yet, but it's just much better to buy the Vanguard. He's also got another Ring of Hell, so he's going for a Hood, Vanguard, and then the blink.
Oh, whoa! Where did that puck go?
Yeah, he used Orb to clear a wave, it looks like, and just kind of died.
Goodness. I mean, Slardin just going to continue playing that mid lane as well with Arates. Shove out with a catapult wave arriving. Create a bit more space for Black Soul to get back into the jungle area.
You know what I just realized? Is Black Soul can stay somewhere melded, right? Hit someone with the meld. Hit them again with the meld. Cottle can give him mana for the 3rd meld. And have like minus 24 armor from the meld alone.
I just had deja vu. I'm pretty sure I heard Bowie talking about that last season.
Yeah.
Coil onto that Ember Spirit. trying to terrorize. Ember just turns with a chains onto Ryor. Slardin looks fine. A stomp not going to come in time. Hijack holding the Stampede. Banjaz,
Radiant's
he is
bottom
in this
tower
mid lane
is
with
under attack.
Phase Boots Ring. Doesn't have any real tanky items. No Blink Dagger, of course, yet on the axes. That's his first item he's looking for.
And Brenna just took the top tower while all that engagements were happening around the mid area. It looks like Crewmates just kind of want to continue on with the pressure they've applied bottom towards mid now,
Is under
with
attack.
Hijack leading the way. And as of right now, I would say Slayden on his Ember hasn't really felt like he's able to do anything another 4 can't do. But it's that draft factor, right? You pick the Ember early, you see if it's a good Ember game. If it's not a good Ember game, you move him to support, then you pick a better mid hero. So in that sense, like the reason why the TA is able to play the way she is because she got that good counter pick going.
Yeah.
And the Ember was
then-
moved to the 4.
I guess as the game progresses, we're looking at a level 7 Ember now. You know, when he's, level 9 or so, he'll have that max light chains. And Puck suddenly, with no Yule Scepter, you mentioned it, doesn't have that defensive item if Puck's going to go for that Witchblade. Could just get caught up in all the slide-in stuns and slows and roots and stuff.
You do got the Abaddon with the shield, but then again, the shield can only be used on one target, and it's a 6-second cooldown. So it's not easy to help out all your teammates, especially if there's like chains, and then there's also a vessel. There's a lot of things you're gonna have to deal with.
Well, they tried on him. Ember Spirit just remnants away. That's something most POS4s can't do. Disengage from a Puck and a Dark Willow like that.
Dire's top tower is under
They didn't
Didn't
drop
want
the
to spend
coil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
You gotta
mean they
secure those
continue that
kills.
push.
like it's okay to drop coil on one target this early into the game.
Because that one kill, either forces a buyback or you get this tier 1 as a 5v4 basically. FCR can also, rotate in with a relocate. He's got that Helm of the Dominator, and they coil the axe in the mid lane, jumping in with a
It's a
stomp
5v4.
with a waning rift, but Benjaz, he's tanky. Terrorize comes a little bit late, so they don't snap the coil. Well, Ryo nearly dies to Black Soul just with the right clicks. Now the cooldown onto Hijack. Chase the Centaur. There's no Stampede. He's got a Hood, a Vanguard, and a ton of stick charges, but even that's not enough to tank him through the Radiant's onslaught.
Yeah, Burn Up
Incubus
just
bring
TP'd
everybody.
in. Exactly, and this is the problem because Crewmates have this IO who wants to finish his Aghanims. He does not actually want to fight at all. And Crewmates felt like they're stronger. But Incubus bringing the numbers with the Gyrocopter, that Maelstrom,
Dire's middle
and
tower
Crewmates
is under
couldn't
attack.
really escape with all their heroes. Puck almost died, yeah, like you saw. He had, what, 20 HP with all that minus armor?
Dire's middle
was
My
so
god,
close.
that's so scary. Even in one fight, you don't need to do the wait for the melt thing. You can blink in, melt strike, Kata gives you mana, you melt strike again right away. And a hero will just die.
Is that Deso done?
Yes, it is.
14 minute on the dot. Blink Deso.
Yep.
Beautiful timing for Black
farm.
Soul.
They gotta get Roshan here with this. This is such a perfect timing to do Roshan right before the IO finishes the Aghanims.
D-Flash silences up that Ember. Yeah. Ember and Cottle were having a pop at the Abaddon.
Oh, that
time.
DD would have been nice, right? For the TA to do Rosh with.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't go for it right away, and they couldn't really hold it any longer. Crewmates already came over.
So how powerful is this IO Aghanim Scepter nowadays? Because it's been a while since I've seen it, and it's been nerfed, what, 2-3 times since the OG days when they first showed it out at TI?
Okay, so the thing is, it's only bad for farming. Not bad, but it only got worse for farming. The spirits, right? Because the collision damage is what they reduced. But the hero damage is still the same.
Okay.
So when it pops on heroes, like for fighting and stuff, it's exactly the same. So there's no real problems there at all for the hero.
So he's still going to come out with that item now, what, 15 minutes in?
He's just a
And
much
next-
slower farmer than he was before.
Okay. Oh, what comes out next on this IO? Do we see the Maelstrom come back out for his right clicks? Does he try and remedy that problem they
It's
have?
always going to be like either BKB or Heart. I would say in this game, you don't really need a BKB. You're probably just going like Heart and AC or something. Maybe the Sanjin Kaya. That's also really good
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
because you get the extra magic damage as well.
Yeah, look at what he just queued up, Theban. You are right on the money. BKB with that Sanjin Kaya.
I honestly don't think he needs a BKB, to be fair. Like, their lockdown is going to be Axe, Berserker's Call, so it might just be a little bit of overkill.
Dire's top tower.
TA is all
Hijack.
physical damage. You know, Jarcop is all
Hijack.
physical damage.
Look at that initiation. That Centaur's meant to be tanky. Oh, God. Gonna burst through in a matter of seconds. That's got to signal Roshan time now, surely. That big kill.
Definitely.
20-second timer. Get into the pit. I'm still looking
Waiting
to
for
play
the
around mid
double
lane,
meld.
though. Benjaz didn't get a call off. He's still spinning. Armin, Fairy Fire popped, has the shield and the heal behind him. Benjaz couldn't finish the job on the Willow, but it does defend Roshan in any attempt that crewmates would want to make towards that area. It's already done.
That was
Aegis on
so
the floor.
fast. My God. I was just watching the TA the whole time, just clicking meld. Like, they buffed this spell to 5 seconds cooldown now. Right?
And 8 armor reduction. I mean, how many stacks do we have up on it with Cottle going?
I'll take it.
Well, you go to 24 if you get 3 meld strikes, right? With the Desolator, you're at minus 30 armor if you get 3 meld strikes on someone.
Oh, Stash is not fun anymore. Blink Stomp from Hijack, but the disengage, and a jump in again from Benjaz, taunting up D-Flash and
want
Armin.
Armin.
Ryo
One shot.
arrives, and they do trade the axe for the Willow, but look at this, the Io's in trouble. The Gyrocopter starting pummeling into him, but Io, he's standing his ground not long enough. As a triple for Black Soul, the TA clears up. Hijack slowed down as he's going to try and get himself out of this sticky spot, but the slight chains illuminate, and that melt strike from Black Soul really makes short work of the crewmate side and gives her an ultra kill.
Oh, the rampage
Hey.
is stolen!
Hey, Slardin,
Flynn!
you... Hey, it's meant to be a
Ya
rampage.
bastard. What? Why you steal the rampage? Oh man, that's gotta. You see, they're all tipping him. But
How dare
Like-
you?
I don't know if we have a replay of the last fight here, but
Dire's top tower.
the Centaur and Abaddon were just completely zoned out by the TA in the fight. Yeah, here it is. You can see they initiate onto the Ember. You know, they don't really have the damage. He gets out, and then you get the nice call. T is coming in from the back. She's gonna jump the Dark Willow, one-shot it, and now he's going on to the Abaddon and the Centaur. They can't do anything to the TA. And on the bottom side, you have the Io coming in, and you have these three heroes just focusing the Io down. Centaur couldn't really blink quite yet, and the Abaddon wasn't there to help out the Io either. So, very split fight. And here we have another engagement. There's an Aegis on this TA.
Yeah, they're
it
trying
really
to burst
matters.
it down. They get that first life, the little blinding light, push back, Hijack and Ryo. Benjaz wants to reset so he can maybe blink back in, but a Stampede's going to stop any plans he had of that. Well, they don't clip him, focusing on to Aretes instead. And Slardin
They're gonna TP out.
still hunting for the Willow, sees her under an observer ward, not going to be able to chase high ground. So Cottle for Abaddon there, and crewmates, they commit pretty heavily into that, just a one-for-one trade.
Yeah, I think crewmates, as soon as they were alive, they're like, okay, we need to do something. We can't just let them take these objectives for free and farm the map. They trade 1-for-1, and might be another kill too here, actually. Silent doesn't have any more fire remnants to get out.
Let's see how slippery he can be. He's going to slight change the Io Centaur. The Remnant's back in 10 seconds. Armin has another Bramble Maze and a Shadow Realm, and yeah, it looks like he gets over the Brambles, but the damage is there.
One more kill here.
Benja's going to grab up that DD rune.
We got a
Black Soul
BKB up.
on the TA, yeah.
Yeah, she's got a BKB. Oh,
There's a Blink Coil. And they know she doesn't have Aegis. Chain stun her up. TA with a fraction 2 seconds, but Benjaz comes
God,
in
the
with a
spill
massive
damage.
3-man call. Saves the TA. She's still in danger though, as Armin will focus it down and FCR takes her godlike streak.
did the puck just die to the spill damage? I'm like almost certain he died only to spill damage.
To the side blades? Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to remnant forward onto Hijack. The 2-man chains again. They shield up one, but D-Flash down. The Terrorize comes. Burner's BKB goes to work, though. Call down, going to come crashing down onto the Dark Willow and Centaur, while FCR being hounded by Slardin. Another chains and a blink call from Benjaz again, dunking that Io into the ground. And Incubus lose their TA, but respond in a tremendous manner.
Yeah, that was TA's not yet the only carry on the side of Incubus. We still got
Yeah.
Burna here. We haven't really talked about him much because we haven't had to. He's just kind of there, existing, farming some creeps. But he's got that Maelstrom and the BKB up as well. I think Crewmates were just very fortunate that they caught Black Soul's TA before his BKB arrived to him. They brought the IO in. They committed everything for that kill, but they still end up losing, unfortunately.
Yeah, completely different story if that BKB had already arrived, right? It
Yeah.
would have been just a complete turnaround. I think he was probably not losing anybody.
But that was pretty cool though. I think Black Soul was hitting the Abaddon and the spell damage was just killing off the puck in the back. Killed him in like 3 hits or something.
It's not been
Side blades.
not been a great time
It brings
for
back
Ryo, has it?
memories whenever you think of that. About who was it? Was it Boba? His TA? No, sorry, his
don't remember.
Broodmother against a TA?
Oh, the Ferrari clip with the TA.
Yeah.
The Ferrari TA.
Yeah,
I can't remember who the Brood is in that. I remember LD was casting it though.
yeah. Was it Boba? No, I remember Boba was playing Invoker and he got side-bladed by a TA. That also happened once.
The clip I remember is top lane near the Dire tier 3. There was a Brood running from a TA. Yeah. Oh, hijack. Blink stomp on Burner. Benjaz whiffs his call. It feels like D-Flash going to be stranded here. Just try and focus down the Abaddon, but a great terrorize in the borrowed time allows the Abaddon to get back to the safety of his squad. Incubus probably just
We
gonna
haven't
go for
really
tier
been
2
able
now,
to
though.
see the dark. We haven't seen the Dream Coil into the Terrorize yet, have we?
No,
Yeah.
no. They had an opportunity for it, but it feels like they're a little bit disjointed in executing
Has fallen.
the full extent of what they've got. Incubus not wanting to rush anything though. Next Roshan about 2 minutes away, and they feel like they're in fighting shape. They don't have to really force anything, so they kind of just smoke and wait, look for the blink call. Nice phase shift though. Ryo dodges the initiation, blinks aggressively, then to wall back again. Hijack. Onto Slardin, the coil, onto Ember Spirit as well. That's a lot of expenditure for a plus 4 Ember, and he does die in the end, but Burner sprints forward. The buyback from him and D-Flash as Hijack, focused by the Gyrocopter. Dunking back into that Armin Dark Willow 2 with the axe, finding the target he wanted. And where's the second initiation? Oh god!
Strike.
It's just Ryo melting. D-Flash FCR on the run. They're going to try and blink stomp. Hijack? I don't know if that was the move to make. He didn't have any backup or follow through, and D-Flash is going to get chased down. The borrowed time, it'll buy him some time. But Incubus surround the Abaddon, and it's only a few little hits to find the center of him. FCR now left alone to try and defend the base.
Can't do damage on Crewmates. It's like these 2 BKBs, and the TA hasn't even needed to use her BKB. It's like you commit to a hero, they pop the BKBs, and you're like, well, I guess I gotta run away. We don't really have any physical damage on Crewmates.
They also committed onto Ember Spirit pretty hard.
Yeah. It's got the Yules as well.
Well, they don't lose a tier 3 or any barracks. Where's that relocate going? Down to bottom, clear out the wave there for FCR. What's
Wait, why is his eyes
is-
in his backpack?
Yeah, I was going to ask you the same thing.
I had no idea.
Interesting. Weird. Huh. Anyway, waiting time for next Roshan. What's the timer? Pretty long.
2 minutes, yep. Pretty long. TA got Crystallis now, going for the Daedalus. 15,000 net worth. I mean, she's just looking to one-shot a hero at this point, to be honest. Okay, this is what I predict, okay? Before this game ends, if the TA does get to a Daedalus, this Abaddon is gonna die without getting his borrow time off.
Yeah.
He's gonna die before the borrow time threshold comes off.
Absolutely possible. I mean, what is he at? 1,400 health? So what, they need to do like a couple hundred damage to him, and then when he's at like 80%, the TA can just one-shot crit him.
Yeah. I mean, what if he just dies in one shot? He doesn't have that much armor.
That's true. 5 plus 2.
Top tower is under attack.
There's the base 5. Yeah, your base is now under attack from 2 angles. Mid and top both moving into the Dire base. Crewmates
So with
trying to come in from behind. Oh, I'm in. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, that's just immediate slaughter, and Hijack stuck down there as well. Neither with buyback. That's Elena Rax, maybe even 2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I just felt a little bit, I don't know, sloppy. No real team cohesion from crewmates. They've not been on the same page. Incubus, that driving force of the TA, swinging hard for victory now.
Has fallen.
Not going to commit for the melee racks with that one buyback from the Dark Willow, though.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think
is
they're
under
trying to
attack.
have fun, Gary. On Incubus.
I was going to say, are they respecting this? Or
Nah, he could have taken that Rax very easily. He has they have 2 BKBs. They're just chilling. They're like, it's okay, guys, go back. I want Daedalus. I want to one-shot someone, you know? Because the
With a
Centaur's
DD.
still dead for 13 more seconds. That Rax would have died in about 5 seconds if he got everybody to just hit it. They have no initiation on crewmates. Maybe they were worried about like a coil into a terrorize, but if you get coiled, you just click your BKBs before the terrorize land and just turn around and kill them. So yeah, Incubus, they're playing with their food a little bit.
oh, the dire scan onto Roshan doesn't clip anybody. And now there's a wait. TA didn't take the DD route. Are you leaving that for the gyro,
Saving
or are
it.
they leaving that for the next
Saving
fight?
it for after the Roshan.
Okay. I think
There's
you're
a
right.
shard
Yeah, they're
there,
definitely
too.
looking for some fun. Now, whose shard is that? I mean, Sonic Trap silencing is pretty slick. They're just going to leave the shard in there. No, nobody wants the shard. Whose courier is coming? Kotl? No, Kotl's courier is coming. No, nobody wants it. Kotl? Anybody? Aghanim shard?
Okay, I don't think they even noticed. Apparently, there's a shard in there.
Just-
Alright, we'll just leave
What?
that.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
IDC shard mode. Axe shard is pretty badass, by the way. That one's really good. You get that with the Manta style.
Dire's
Oh,
bottom tower
Oh,
is
yeah.
That's
under
good.
attack.
Just
Here
punching
we go.
and spinning.
Black Soul, come on. Someone
Just make the
show
jump.
up on the map already, says Black Soul.
There's the Io.
No,
Go.
that's not Io. Like, he's the tankiest one on their team.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
The DD's going to wear off. He could have at least tried. See how much he could do to the Io.
Okay. DD runs out. Yeah, they're just looking to have some fun. Let's see who's gonna get bursted.
D Flash is out there playing super seriously. I'm going to take this outpost. Come and deal with me. I mean, crewmates, high ground defense. Still no joke.
Yeah, they got the Ags on Puck, so they do have a way to, lock down these BKB dudes. If the terrorize doesn't work, you can terrorize the other heroes, and then the BKB heroes will like stand in the coil, and then you can try to kill them, possibly. That could be a thing.
Yeah, focus the ones with their BKBs
Dire's
up.
bottom tower
Oh, the old Naga Song combo, right? Use
Yeah,
Song
Black
against
Soul's-
Lifestealer while it's raged.
Look what Black Soul just pinged. Puck is missing, Dark Willow's missing. That means don't get comboed, guys. That's exactly what that means.
Stand behind me. I have the Aegis. I have a BKB. Let me just refraction up, hit the tier 3 tower, glimmer me back.
It's funny how they want to go bottom racks over the top, like racks that's wide open, the melee one, and maybe you get like a fight there without the tier 3 being up,
barracks are under attack.
I guess
and
they
then you
can
can
leave
just
the
like
creeps to
swoop in. Yeah.
leave the
jump
creeps to
in.
take it. Terrorize. Black Soul
There's a
with the
coil.
gyro. Both caught with the coil. They didn't get the BKBs off. So Black Soul, Aegis down. FCR's BKB going. Ben Jez gets the dunk onto Armin. No buyback on the Willow. Centaur with FCR retreating back behind their tier 3s. The Desolator, Daedalus damage. The Meld Strike onto that Io. Shreds through him. D-Flash down. Black Soul dominating. And Ryo with Hijack now cowering in the fountain. Your base is in disarray. Building is crumbling. The creeps have taken out the top lane. Mid's about to fall, and the jump back in again with Benjaz and Dark Soul. Mega kill streak up on the axe, and GG called.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Well, they tried. They got the terrorize, and then they coiled right after. But it was a TA with an Aegis after all. They couldn't really get another kill on top of it. Axe already came in and killed the Dark Willow. Crewmates, they tried, but their draft, it wasn't gonna work. They really lack physical damage, and this TA had too much of a free game. They don't have heroes who can just go into the TA's jungle, mess her up, or anything like that. So Incubus, very clean game number 2. They didn't really make any mistakes. They just completely outdrafted their opponents and play it out.
Stellar performance from Black Soul as well. That one death he had, one death away from a perfect game, was the one in the mid lane where